Have you ever felt like you're drowning in a sea of despair with no lifeline in sight? I have. And if you're feeling that way right now, lost, overwhelmed, like everything's falling apart, I want you to know you're not alone. There was a time in my life when I couldn't see a way forward. I'd wake up feeling heavy, like I was already behind before the day even started. Nothing made sense, and it felt like the ground under my feet was constantly shifting. But something changed. Not overnight, not with some magical fix, but slowly, gently. I discovered something that became a turning point for me. Resilience. Now, I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but let me tell you what it really means to me. It's not just about toughing it out or putting on a brave face. Resilience is about learning to stand back up with purpose. It's about becoming stronger, deeper, and more self-aware because of the storm, not in spite of it. And you don't need to be a superhero to have it. You don't need to have everything figured out or feel okay all the time. You just need to take one step, and then another, and then another. In this video, I want to walk with you through that process, not like a lecture, but like a conversation between two people who know life can be messy. We'll talk about how to reframe the way we think, how to build emotional strength, and how to find meaning, even when life feels meaningless. And I promise you, you're not broken. You're human, and there is power in that. Let me tell you about someone whose story changed the way I see resilience. Her name is Liz Murray. She was born into a world of addiction and poverty, lost both her parents by the time she was a teenager, and ended up homeless. For a while, her life was filled with nothing but pain and survival, but even in that chaos, she held on to something: hope. She studied in subway stations and park benches, believing that she could do something more. Eventually, she got accepted into Harvard. From homelessness, that's not a fairy tale. That's real-life resilience, and her story isn't the only one. Oprah Winfrey faced abuse and rejection before building the empire she has today. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company before coming back to redefine the tech industry. What do all these people have in common? Not perfection, not constant success, but the courage to keep going, even when it didn't make sense. There's a Japanese saying I love: fall down 7 times, stand up 8. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about choosing to rise again and again, even with shaky hands and a tired heart. And maybe you're not trying to become the next Steve Jobs. Maybe you're just trying to make it through this week. That matters just as much. Resilience isn't about big wins. It's about quiet strength. It's the way you keep showing up even when no one sees it. Now, let's talk about the science for a second. Research shows that people who go through hard times and take the time to reflect and heal often come out more emotionally intelligent and mentally flexible. It's called post-traumatic growth, and it's real. You actually can train your brain to become more resilient. You can learn to pause instead of panic, to breathe through the discomfort, to see a setback not as proof that you're failing, but as a setup for something better. Here's something that helped me a lot. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" I started asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" That one question changed the way I handled adversity. It turned pain into perspective. It gave my struggles meaning. And I want you to try it too, because here's the truth. Adversity is not the end. It's an invitation. An invitation to go deeper, to grow, to discover strength you didn't even know you had. So if you were going through something right now, and it feels impossible, I want you to pause and remind yourself, you've already survived 100% of your worst days. You're still here. That means something. And the version of you that comes out of this, they're going to be someone powerful, someone grounded, someone who knows what they're made of. And no, it won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. So let me ask you this. What's one small thing you can do today to build your resilience? One small habit, one small shift, one small promise to yourself. Let's talk about it in the comments. I love to hear your story, and I know someone else might need to hear it too. And hey, if this video gave you something to think about, something to feel, or even just a little comfort, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it today. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. I believe in you, and I'll see you in the next video.